Hello and welcome, faithful subscribers, art connoisseurs, and Over the Garden Wall fan people. Today I am painting just that, an Over the Garden Wall piece. I will post the original picture up so you can see exactly the reference photo. And I wanted to do this in my style, and funny enough, I actually drew this back in the fall. I think I drew it in October, and my goal was to post it in October because Over the Garden Wall, if you haven't seen that show, it is very much so like an autumn time frame show. And so it's coming a little bit late at the end of December, possibly beginning of January. And that's a little bit disappointing, but I wanted to talk about all that. But before we get into my absence, I wanted to talk about Over the Garden Wall. So last year, my boyfriend introduced me to the show for the very first time. I've never watched it before, and I fell in love. I think what I really liked was the fact that it was a show that had a set end. I don't really like shows that go on and on and on, and they just seem to end because of budget concerns or people lose interest. Like this one had a set one season idea going into it, and so it wraps up really nicely at the end. And I've seen reviews where people talk about that it gives you that old Americana feeling, and it gives you that sense with like the autumn colors. It clearly takes place in October, and I believe on Halloween more specifically, with the characters dressed in like their little costumes. And it was just a really cute show. It gave me the same vibes as like Adventure Time with like the art style, but an interestingly dark tale, which I guess kind of fits that October theme. And so I liked it. I like that it didn't give you all the answers, but you can kind of get the sense at the end. I think for me, and again, I'm pretty sure there's like confirmed lore, but I think what the basis of the show was like these kids having a near-death experience, but living through it together in this almost purgatory kind of universe or dimension where there's other people that are in this purgatory-esque state. And so the beast seems to be kind of like the Grim Reaper of sorts. And if you lose yourself in the purgatory, you lose yourself in real life. At least that's what I took from it. But I thought that I would make it a yearly tradition to watch this show every year. I haven't actually done that. Last year I watched it for the first time. I was going to watch it again this year, and that's why I drew the piece, but I just never got around to watching it. But a really cute show. I think I really fall in love with a lot of the characters. But of course, Greg is my favorite with his little teapot hat and his frog bestie that he brings along and tries to find the perfect name for it throughout the series. But yeah, so this is the art piece that you see me painting. I really just did this piece because I wanted to do something a little bit easier. And I think when I'm looking at a reference photo that I'm planning on copying for the most part, just changing it to my style, it's like no brain work is needed for it. And I really appreciate that. So that's why I did this. I don't love the way it turned out. I do think the characters are stiff, which is a problem I've had all of my art journey. So I definitely still need to work on that for sure. But I do like that the colors are pretty muted, and I tried to keep with that. And I didn't want to do too much in terms of shading or rendering. So everyone seems to kind of just be painted with one flat color and then one shading color. And that's kind of that. Unfortunately, I did lose a few pieces of footage. My phone was was full. I record on my phone and it was like backed up, and at one point it just stopped recording. I don't think you'll notice too bad because, I cut up the videos anyways, but I was surprised to be painting for a good half an hour and none of it to actually be recorded. And I didn't realize why it happened, because usually when I get a phone call or something, like it'll stop recording, but my phone wasn't dead, so I didn't expect that it stopped recording. So that was a bit unfortunate. Overall though, I am glad that I did this piece. As you can see if you go onto my channel, or if you've been here a while, I haven't posted, I want to say, since like last summer. And I talked about this a little bit in my 1,000 subscriber giveaway video. I didn't think it was art block. I just really didn't want to draw. But the more I think about it, the more I really believe that it was a mixture of art block, because when I started drawing this piece, I did feel myself feeling like, I can't do this. I don't want to do this. This is not coming out how I want it to. So of course, even though I was feeling like I didn't want to draw, when I was drawing, I was running into a lot of roadblocks. And so in the process of painting this, I kind of like stopped. I stepped away from it. I wasn't really enjoying the way it was coming out, even though I said I wasn't going to stress about it. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's a lot sometimes. Like when you want to paint, and that's what I like about watercolors. there's not too much mess or cleanup, and your paint can dry and you can just reactivate it. Whereas with certain mediums, if you paint and it dries, like in the palette, you can't rework it. So I thought watercolor would be nice and easy, but it felt like a chore to get every supply out and to like go into this piece. So I started painting it a few months ago, and I just never got back into it after I stopped because I just could not find the time. And when I did find the time, it's like I didn't want to take too long, especially because my phone was still kind of full. I still had to like delete some things out, and I didn't want to record for too long. And I'm also running into an issue where the laptop that I have that I edit on, it has like the bare minimum amount of storage, and I save everything to an external drive, but to edit the videos, obviously the computer has to use its own software. And every single time I edit a video and I export it to my external drive, I have to delete the file immediately, or my computer will completely fill up with space, or its space will completely fill up. And it's been very frustrating to do that, because every time I go into it, it's like my computer, the fan will like whir really loudly. It'll just like be so loud, the computer will get so hot, and then if there's too many files, it'll just stop. So I find myself whenever I'm recording, like I have to pause it and restart it, because if I do too much, it's just not doing good things, right? So my goal for the new year is truly to buy a new computer, and I know it's going to cost a pretty penny, but I really need the storage because editing has become so ridiculous, where it's just too much to have to completely delete all of my files every single time I want to edit, or think about what's on my computer and what I have to get rid of, because the storage is just not there. And then the next thing I want to do is definitely get a camera. I've been saying that I wanted to get a camera, and I told myself that once I reached 1,000 subscribers, that would be my gift to myself. So now it's just a matter of like saving, because computers are expensive and cameras are expensive, and I want a really nice camera. So that is my goal, and I think sooner than later I am going to buy the computer first. I still think I can get away with my phone recording, but if I buy the new computer, editing will be a breeze. I'll be able to make more videos. So that is my plan. And so going into the new year, I am hoping to get back to posting every other week. That was kind of the schedule that I had for a little while, and it was working pretty well. I kind of already have like a plan in place in my calendar of like what days you should be brainstorming, what days you should be drawing, and what days you should be painting and then editing. And I think if I keep to that schedule, I think I will have enough time to do it. So that is my goal, and I'm very excited to come back. I have a lot of good ideas for videos for this channel. I always do. It's just like a matter of time. And also like the ending of this past year was like, I had so much going on. Like I was traveling for work. I traveled for work like twice. I had my own vacation planned. And so then the holidays came around, and it's like, it was just busyness left and right. But I'm hoping in the new year, because usually I do my little New Year's resolutions, I will keep true to it. Also in the new year, I'm planning on expanding my Etsy shop a little bit. I think I'm just going to add a few more sticker designs. I would like to add like postcards, but I even have ideas for maybe like for 2024, but I want to start working on them this coming year. Like I'd like to do a calendar, because I do like calendars. So I think that could be really nice, even if they're like smaller calendars. And yeah, one of my future goals is to become a creator on Patreon. And now I know I don't have necessarily the audience for that right now, but I do believe that it's something that I want to do. So I need to think about what I'd offer and get into a sense of routine, because if I'd have to give something out every month, I want to make sure that I actually have the infrastructure in place that I can do that. Whether that be like buying a sticker printer so I can make my own sticker supplies or whatever have you, that's something on the back of my mind. And a last update for you all, I'm on TikTok. And at first I was thinking my TikTok was going to be like an art TikTok account. That's like what I started. But I realized, my Instagram is definitely like art related, and I didn't want to bottle myself, because I'm the kind of person who I like to do so many different random things. Like I pick up hobbies left and right. That is just who I am. And I really like clothes and fashion and things. And so I kind of just like played around with posting different content. And one of my videos went kind of viral. It's currently almost at 6 million views. And that was like quite a few months ago at this point. But I have like 30,000 followers on there, which is crazy, because it feels like such a random place. Like I've been working on YouTube for like 2 full years and love the growth that I've gotten on here, but TikTok, it just takes one random video to kind of reach an audience, and there you go. So I'll put my TikTok link in the description below if you wanted to check it out. Only check it out if you're really into like fashion, lifestyle, makeup kind of videos. It's definitely not going to be very art heavy. But anyways, that's my updates. I don't want this video to be too long. I thought it would be nice to just come up here and talk to you all about where I've been, what my plans are, what this artwork is. And so, yeah, I hope you all had a great ending of your 2022 year. I hope your fall was great, your winter season is going great, or I guess summer season if you're in the land down under. But that's kind of it for me. And again, we're gonna hopefully go back to like an every 2 week schedule starting in the new year. I'm hoping to start it straight up in January, so look forward to that. But as always, thank you all so much for watching, and Happy New Year. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.